Okay, here we are starting for our session. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The galaxy of intellectuals, Your Excellency, invited guests, teachers, and my dear friends. On behalf of GTN institution, I, Krishna Sonone, head of the Department of Forensic Science and host for today's webinar, welcomes you in the international webinar series on forensic science for society. Friends, how different is these days? Locked down by the situation, and we are connected together by the webinar to make the best use of this time during lockdown situation and gain the knowledge. I thank you all of you for joining this webinar focusing on the topic decoding fake news a forensic perspective. We feel honored to have with us the speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, sir, head of the Department of Forensic Science from Government Institute of Forensic Science, Aurangabad, Maharashtra, India. Sir, you hardly need any introduction. You have made all of us proud by distinguished work in a numerous capacities in the field of forensic science. Before starting with our session, I'll give you a short introduction about today's resource person. Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir has done his MSc and PhD in forensic science. He has been working in the area of automated forensic examination for more than 14 years. His area of research includes computational forensics, multimedia forensics, image processing, and pattern recognition. The research contribution of Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir is well evident from his publications in the Journal of International Repute. He has been associated with several international conferences as a program committee member and served as a referee for several prestigious journals, including IEEE Transactions on Cybernetics and IEEE Transactions on Information Forensics and Security. Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir was invited by various academic institutions and police departments to deliver expert lecture on various aspects of forensic science. He is the well-organized system developer in the area of automatic signature verification, writer recognition, and alteration detection. One of his signature verification system has been placed among the best four automatic signature verification systems around the globe. Dr. Rajesh Kumar, sir, had been associated with several reputed forensic science laboratories of the country. He had examined more than 300 cases related to speaker identification, tape authentication, CCTV footage analysis, image and video analysis, Copyright Act, and many more. He had visited more than 100 crime scenes of the diverse nature, including motor vehicle accidents, fire and arson investigation, robbery, hanging, and CCTV footage analysis. Currently, Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir is working as an assistant professor and head of the department at Forensic Science at Government Institute of Forensic Science, Aurangabad, under the Department of Higher and Technical Education, Government of Maharashtra. For his contribution to forensic community, Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir was conferred upon Young Scientist Award by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, New Delhi. I request everyone, please ask your doubts by typing the message on the screen at the end of the session and not in the middle of the session. Hope you will gain the knowledge and enjoy the session. So, without any delay, I request the sir to start our session.
Good afternoon, friends. So I welcome you all on webinar on decoding fake news. So first of all, I'm thankful for the organizers for giving me opportunity to have in this webinar. I am also thankful to the participant. We have got a very overwhelming response. More than 2,000 participants have registered. Some are in Zoom and some are on Facebook Live. So, friends, let us talk about fake news. We encounter fake news every day, either in our WhatsApp group or our WhatsApp account, maybe Facebook or Twitter. So this fake news, you can say it is not very old term. In 2016 election of US president, this term got popular and lots of media attention, forensic personnel has started working in that. In India also, you might have seen that due to fake news, lots of instances have happened. Like recently, you might have seen that there was mob lynching. There was like 2 Sant were killed in Maharashtra. Similarly, you might have seen that migrants are gathered at railway stations. So there are many things. So let us start with this webinar, with this introduction. Let me share my screen. So I think things are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. And am I audible, Krishna?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this webinar, we are going to discuss fake news and its impact. We'll also discuss methods to create fake news. We'll see about some methods which is used in forensics for detection. Fact checking for a layman, because I came to know that in this webinar, people or participants from various backgrounds are there. Even some homemaker is also there. So I thought to make it not very technical, rather to have some information for laymen also. Of course, we'll discuss some forensic technique, but for laymen also, we will discuss how they can check fact about fake news, and then legal provisions in India. What are the legal provisions in India, and how these things affect us? Friends, when this COVID has come, COVID-19, at the beginning of this year, so what we understood it as pandemic, but at the same time it is infodemic. Infodemic means lots of misinformation or disinformation is bombarded to us without verifying it, without its verification. So we are every day getting lots of messages, lots of fake news, lots of media content in our WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, or other social media accounts. I'll just discuss a few cases. So you might have seen on 2nd of April, when a city of India is Indore, when health workers has visited some neighborhood of Indore city, they have been attacked. And that happened because of fake news. WhatsApp message got viral, which are against a community. In that message, it was said that a particular community will be injected to the virus. The health worker will take them to a specific place and they will be injected with COVID-19 virus. And that created this kind of chaos. Similarly, you might have observed, or you might have informed that on 14th of April, when Prime Minister Modi, he has announced lockdown, second lockdown. So again, at that day in the evening, a massive crowd of migrants, they came to, or they gathered at Bandra station in Mumbai. And that also happened due to misinformation or disinformation. So here, even the things were so intense that mainstream media has also taken this as initially a communal gathering. But later on, it was depicted, or it was released that this is basically due to fake news. Police has arrested more than 12 people at that time, and a correspondent of a famous news channel was also arrested in that case. And later on, Ministry of Railways has to say that there is no train going to run till 3rd of May 2020. So this was another, you can say, the consequence of this infodemic. The most popular thing all around the globe was when Nobel laureate Suku Honjo surprised everyone by circulating. There was a fake news in circulation. In this fake news, he was claiming that coronavirus or COVID-19 virus is not natural. It is basically a man-made virus. He claimed that he has worked in a laboratory of Wuhan and he knew lots of technicians there. But when he is tried calling them, their phone are not responding. So this type of message was viral. And later on, you can say, with lots of disappointment, Dr. Honjo came to the media and he has said that no, this kind of thing is not correct. Somebody is circulating this kind of misinformation or disinformation by taking the name of Dr. Honjo. So these kind of things are happening due to fake news. Now the question is that many a times people are saying that, okay, fake news are mostly for illiterate people who has not much technical knowledge, who has no idea of things, what is going on. But no, it is not like that. Even though I would tell you the example in case of Dr. Honjo message, I have got it from one of the professor. He was very senior professor and he has messaged me that kind of information at that time. So it is not about illiterate or literate people. There is a concept of critical literacy which has to be developed. So a survey by PEW Research Center in USA was conducted during February 19th to March 4th in 2019. And what they found is in US, people are confused with the content which is in terms of altered videos and images, which is circulated through social media. So most of the people, around 63%, are greatly confused. 27% people are having some confusion, and only there are 10% of people who is having no confusion. So you can see by this, like in a very developed country like US, 90% of people are somehow confused with these kind of images or videos. So these kinds of way, it was found that 77% of US citizens, they want that this kind of images or videos should be restricted so that there should not be any confusion. Moreover, the US citizens think that the main media or the government should not expect that all the video or doctored video, doctored image will be realized by 61%. Here you can see like 61% of people are saying that doctored video should not be decided or deciphered by average Americans. So statistics of USA. So in developed India, the statistics be more 75%. If a survey of like this has to be done. Now this fake news basically should be call it as fake news. So if you see the journalism literature, so what you will find, what is news? News is basically a verifiable information for public interest. Anything which can be verified and that is for public interest is news. But see, something which is not verifiable, something which is not for the public interest, so that is not news. So fake news itself is not a news. So basically, fake news was the term used to report as a satirical news. Initially, before 2016, satirical news with satire, humor, those news were called as fake news. So in the literature of journalism, the appropriate term given to this is information disorder. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the appropriate term which is given in journalism literature is information disorder. So this term was coined by Waddell and Direction of Harvard Kennedy School. And what this term comprises of? So this term comprises of satire, misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. Initially, you may find these terms confusing. Satire is basically the humor which is generated, a comedy generated for public issues. Misinformation is information which is false, but the person who is disseminating it thinks that it is true. So that is misinformation. Disinformation is something which is false, but one who is disseminating it, he knows it or she knows it, it is false, but he or she is circulating it purposefully, intentionally to harm someone. And malinformation is based on the true information. True information is circulated to harass someone, to malign someone, to harm someone. So basically, these are the terms which should be used. And you may see that instead of fake news, people use these kind of terms. So mostly when we talk about fake news, we talk about misinformation and disinformation. So we'll see all these terms in detail. So you can see these terms or explanation of these terms can be given information. And at the another side is it is intent to harm. So misinformation, as I told you, it is false information, but intention is not to harm anyone. So the example may be clickbait headlines, misleading content. So we'll know all these things in subsequent slides. This information, on the other hand, is false as well as intent to harm. Person want to harm one. So examples may be false context, imposter content, manipulated content, fabricated content. So we'll try to know all these things in detail. And malinformation is basically the true knowledge, true information. But see, that is not for public interest, but somebody just to harm someone circulated, like some leaks, which is not for public interest. Let's say there is a political leader, he is married, but he has not given his information in, you can say the election data that whether he is married or not, but later on that thing is being used that he has given misinformation. So information was true, but to harm second person during election, this kind of information is circulated. So that is basically a malinformation. So let us understand all these terms one by one. Clickbait headlines of false connection. It's very popular in journalism, not in this sense, but it is taught to them that headlines should be catchy. You should make some headlines which should be catchy. But in false connection, you will find there is no connection between the content and the headlines. So like here I have depicted a case for you, like when suddenly Messi has, Messi, he's a footballer from Argentina. So he suddenly announced his retirement in 2016. So Ronaldo reacted on that, and see what this news is saying, that Ronaldo has finally spoken about Messi retirement announcement, and his words are rather shocking. So once you see this, what you feel? So we say that seeing is believing, but in today's world, it's believing is seeing. Whatever you believe, you see news accordingly. So if you believe that he can say something like that, you believe it like that. But what he said, he just said, it hurts to see Lionel Messi cry. So what is talking about this? He was crying, so he said it like that. So what is talking about this? So this is basically a clickbait headlines. Next is misleading content. Basically here, some statistical data, some images are given in misleading form. Like I would like to show you this data. This data is from Philippines. Here you can see this is a number of murder and homicide cases reported in several years in Philippines. So what happened in 2016 in the Philippines Parliament, Senator Alan Peters Setano, he has presented this data regarding the President Duterte. He has, when he was elected in 30th June 2016, so data was presented like this. As you can see in the data, here it is showing that the crime rate is decreasing. And when President Duterte was joined, so it is just in yellow line, yellow circle, you can see it is 20. You may see that, okay, there is no harm in this. What is the problem here? But if you see it carefully, what you will find, till 2015, this was yearly data. If you see it clearly, see from 2010 to 15, it's yearly data. But in 2016, it was January to June and July to August. This is 1 month data here, and in 2016, 6 month data. So you cannot compare orange with banana. You cannot compare data of year to data of months. So either you have to keep it month-wise or you have to keep it year-wise. It should not be like that at some point of time you are giving data of year and sometimes you're giving data of a month. That cannot be done. And that is not acceptable also. Because so this is kind of misleading information. Misleading context. Misleading context means, let's say some image, video are already in social media or maybe in digital platform, and that was circulated as in another context. Like, let me give you an example. Like in December 2019, what happened? CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. In December 2019, it came, and there were lots of hue and cry. During that time, a video of Home Minister Amit Shah was circulated on social media, and he was saying something in Hindi that "Jitna hinsa ka kichar hoga, utna acha kamal khilega." Means as much as violence will be there, the lotus will blossom accordingly. So it was tweeted by Sanjay saying that this is something like that. Home Minister is saying something like that. Later on, it was found that this is a fake news, or you can say it is a disinformation in misleading context. This video, as you can see on the screen, it is just of 7 seconds. And this was taken out of context. When Home Minister Amit Shah has visited Kerala in 2016, so he was addressing a gathering in Kerala, and at that time, 120 BJP workers and RSS workers, they were killed. And that's why he was addressing to the government that if you will do this kind of thing, so we are not going to be afraid of that. So see how things can be taken in different contexts. Imposter content means here a content will become like, you can say, identity theft. Something will come like that it has been said by some authority, like here an office memorandum you can see. Here from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, to various states, Maharashtra, Gujarat, UP, and Sikkim, when the COVID-19 pandemic was started. So it was issued on 13th of March, saying that all school colleges should be closed. If not closed, rupees 5,000 will be charged per day. So this was basically an imposter letter. So Ministry of Health finally has to come up and say that this is a kind of fake news, and no circulation of this kind of OM, office memorandum, has been given by the ministry. So later on, it was by PIB, it was said that this is basically a fake news. Manipulated content. So here, let's say there is an image, video, and that has been manipulated. Some part of that has been manipulation. So again, there is an example here that in 2017, when Rajnath Singh used to be the Home Minister, he visited Gujarat state, and it was shown that the DGP of Gujarat state is doing something like that. Later on, it was revealed that it is basically a doctored image, where a clip of movie, a photograph from a movie was done something like that, was you can say altered with the face of Rajnath Singh ji. So this was the case. This was the problem. Or you can say this is basically example of manipulated content. Fabricated content where everything is fabricated. Kind of this is an example of that. News paper cutting of something like that was circulated. Like CM of Delhi, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is saying something like that. But again, it was revealed that this is a fake news. This is basically disinformation. So we have knew about various disinformation or misinformation. Now we'll try to find out what are the elements of information disorder. So basically there are three elements. One is agent, message, and interpreter. Agent here means agent may be one who is creating the content, maybe who is publishing the content, and who is distributing the content. So once this type of disinformation or misinformation is created, so people think how it to be spreaded, how it has to be spreaded. It may be through, you can say, the public like you and me, who is interpreter, or maybe by some automated methods. We call it bots or robots or bots. So you can say the Facebook account will be there, bots will be there, and which will circulate this kind of images or this kind of information or disinformation. Then message should be in what form? It should be visual form, it should be news form, it should be video, target audience, who will take it, and how interpreter will respond to that. Means how interpreter or general public, whether he's going to like it, whether they are going to forward it, whether they are going to comment in favor, whether they are going to comment in against. So all these things are thought before these kind of disinformation or misinformation is circulated, or you can say information disorder is circulated. So these are the phases, as you can see. So there will be a creator who create the content. There will be a producer who will produce it. Produce means here that he will publish it on, let's say, one social media site. And then there will be a distributors who will distribute it on various you can say social media platforms. And again, it will distribution to reproduction and redistribution and so on will go on. So this is how you can see information disorder spread over social media. Now, there will be much obvious things, but out of that, I have taken here manipulated content. So methods of creation of manipulated content, we'll discuss something on that. We'll try to know it. What are various ways where content is manipulated? So these are the examples. So cloning is one of the things. Splicing is there. Resampling and retouching. Morphing is there. The most dangerous these days, which is circulating over social media, is deep fake or deep porn, which is very, you can say, dangerous. So we'll try to know a bit about all of these things. A part of image is taken from the same image and copied in the same image. Like here you can see there are two images. In one image we have a gun, and in another image we don't have. So the image which is having gun is original one, and which is not having the gun is the manipulated one. So what happened here? Like one part of this image which is having gun is taken, and that has been pasted at the site where there is a gun, and by that way the image was created. So this is also known as copy move forgery. Very is you like to show there were lots of people has showed some images like this, but the reality was this, and it was done based on this cloning technique. It is also used in movies to show lots of you can say gathering. So in that case, one part of the image is taken, that is copied at several places, and you will find in movies, TV series. This next is splicing. So as you have seen in case of image of like fake news or fake image of Sri Rajnath Singh Ji. So that is basically splicing, when two or three images are taken together to make one composite image, one fake image, one manipulated image. So in this case, like you have seen that this altered image, you may know personality, Bill Clinton, the former president of US, and Saddam Hussein, former president of Iraq. So the manipulated image was made like this: 1, 2, and 3. When in image 1, President Hussein is shaking hand with someone else. When President Clinton is shaking hand with someone else, these all are combined to make something like this. So this is splicing. We have already seen example of it. Resampling. Here, what is done, that image, some area of the image is taken, and that is resized, resampled, rotated, or stretched, just to change something. Like here in this case, you may see that a tiger in both these two cases. In one case it is very calm, and another case it seems to be a bit annoyed. So the left one, where it is calm, it is original one, and the second one is altered one. So this is basically resampling, which is done. Morphing. Most of the time, people get confused. Even if you see the media news or anything else, you will find that the composite image, or you can say the clone image, is said as morphed image. But that is a misnomer. Morphing means you have to convert an image from one form to another form by doing gradual change. So like here you can see that this image of a boy was gradually converted to something like a robot. So this is basically morphing, and not, you can say, the doctored image, which in media is basically referred as. Now, this deep fake is basically, you can say, the images videos and audios audio recordings which are similar to the real one. These are not real ones. These are synthesized images, video, and audio. But these are made using deep learning algorithm, which is basically machine learning, or you can say artificial intelligence algorithm. Using these techniques, you will find these recording very, very convincing as it is real one. Like I would like to show you this. Like here, you can see the former President Obama is talking something. But see here, it is not the original Obama. He's not speaking like this. His lips were synthesized to talk it like this, and voice was done it. Voice was, you can say, synthesized to be original. You can find this kind of videos on YouTube. Now, we want to detect this kind of information disorder. So what are the methods which we can apply? So these are the methods: reverse image search, YouTube data viewer, XF viewer, multimedia forensics, and social media analysis. These are the things which are useful in our information disorder detection. So we'll try to find out all these things one by one. So reverse image search. Basically, it is used in case of misleading content and false context, as the image or video may be already in social media or in digital platform. So what are the methods? Some of the popular tools are Google reverse image search, Deny, Rabbi. These are some tools. So let us have some demonstration of this, I think. So let me go to my desktop. No, it's not happening. So let us search for Google reverse image search. And basically, we want to search whether an image is previously available or not. So you can see here, we can search by image. So let's say we are searching by image. So upload an image, let's say, choose file. And let's say I have an image which I have taken from social media only, and I'm just trying to search it. You can see what we will find here. This is the image, information of image, as you can see, and where these images has been found. So you can see these were the things when this image was found. At several times these images were found. Similarly, Tin-Eye is another application which you can see here. Tin-Eye reverse image search. Again, we can upload the image here. Let's say this one. And we'll see the information.
Sorry for pardon, sir. Actually, participants, they are not able to see your screen, sir.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Please kindly share your screen, sir.
Okay. So let me go to Zoom. share. Okay, not able to see my screen.
Okay.
Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it is visible.
So initially it was not, right?
Yeah, initially it was not.
Okay, so sorry for that. Let us know about reverse image search. So the first one is Google reverse image search. What I did, I take an image from social media or maybe from my, which I have taken, and this I want to search this image. So what I did, I just uploaded this image here and I found this has been used so many times. Similarly, I want to why is it disturbing me? So again, what we did, we used TinEye as I told you. So again, I have put this image there, and what we find is this kind of search where this image was used or similar image was used. So these are big information which you can use to find out. These are the tool basically which you can use to find out reverse image search. Reva is there. You may find, you can search Google it, part of your Chrome extension, and you can do reverse image searching anytime. Now, next here is YouTube data viewer. So basically, there is no effective reverse video tool search, reverse video search tool. So basically, some of tools are available where thumbnails of that video help us to find out whether this video has been used previously. So some like one is an YouTube viewer. So I'm not going to demonstrate it because I've seen that kind of problem is coming. So let us search it. If you search it on Google, you will find these are mostly free. InVid was previously free, but since March 2019, it is not free at all. So they are charging some money. Otherwise, it is free. You can go through that and you can see your whether this video was earlier available on the social media site or not. Similarly, Exif Viewer is there where like if you search Exif Viewer on Google, you will find lots of free Exif Viewer. So what you can do with the help of this, you have these information there. You can have date and time stamp of that multimedia content. Let's say it's image, camera, make and model. You can also have geolocation, when it has been captured, at what altitude, latitude it has been captured. So that can be known by EXIF viewer data or EXIF data, which is basically exchangeable image file data, basically a metadata of that image, when it has been captured and how it has been captured. Now the next is multimedia forensics. So you can understand it as a branch of forensic science which answers all these questions which you can see here for image, video, or audio. Basically, multimedia data. If you have a multimedia data, so can you have answer of all, whether it is synthesized, identify the person, whether have a basic knowledge of that, and we'll proceed further. So methods of tampering detection is there are lots of ways. The researcher has tried many ways because this say, okay, it is yes or no ending. It is not important. So that's why lots of research has been done, and it's continuing based on what kind of manipulation has been done. And one is based on JPEG compression. We have these kind of methods like error level analysis, quantization table. Similarly, camera-based techniques or analysis is available, like color filter array, focal length analysis, sensor noise pattern. Based on these things, we try to know it. I'm not going to much detail it. We'll have some detail with some example, but not much detail. Color analysis, again, like if there is variation in intensity, can we amplify it based on pseudo color or maybe a random color palette? These may be useful. Or maybe shadow analysis will be helpful in some cases. Are there. So these are some popular techniques which is used for detection of tempering in images and video also, because when I do video, it is basically series of images which we call as frame. So error level analysis. So let's say we have an image and some area of that has been replaced with another area. Image rate, and if we see these two part of that image, that will behave differently, and that's how this error level analysis works. So I'm just showing you some example, like this is, let's say, an original book rack, and it has been manipulated. So what manipulation is there? You can see there is a small dinosaur, and this book series has been replaced 3 times. It was there, you see, this 2 books is here, it has been replaced here 3 times. So basically here it is having cloning as well as splicing. So let us find out this with the help of methods we have available. So basically error level analysis is good for splicing, but sometimes it can be helpful for cloning also. Like here you can see, this is error level analysis of original in left side and tempered image of right side. You can see that this rest of the area is quite smooth, is prominently. So it gives the possibility that this dinosaurus, small dinosaurs, have been added in that. This cloning, here cloning is also visible at few instances. Now cloning basically is done based on similarity in intensity of various series of a particular image. So here in the same, you can see more here also we have the you can see in original image there is nothing, but in fake image this area is highlighted, means this area is probable cloning area. This area is where things has been cloned. Similarly, light inconsistency is there, like shadow formation should be irregular. If there is any irregularity in shadow formation, means that is some problem. Like we have done something here, you can see in these 3 images, shadow or light is coming in one direction, which is front, and here it is coming from sideway. Like here it is front, so basically this was manipulated. Again, there are question in forensic thing, like if you have got some manipulated image, maybe in terms of fake news, so whether we can connect it with the device. So there are various algorithms based on some noise pattern. Most common is photo response non-uniformity. Based on that, we can say whether this is with this device or not. So this is, you can say, the general purpose diagram where we have shown how it can be done. But basically, there is an idea that every camera has a its own characteristic, its own noise pattern. We try to find out the same noise pattern in an image, or let's say an image is having some noise pattern which is transferred through the camera. So that is basically matched and seen whether it is from that device or not. Basically like fingerprint. Or you can say the ballistic, like in bullet and firearm comparison. Social media analysis. So again, here we have a tool to see behavior of a particular kind of message, or you can say the information in social media. It has been circulated. How many persons are circulating? This kind of thing can be done with the help of this. So, like, these are some tools which is free. You can try it. One is CrowdTangle and one is open source intelligence. So these things are the tools which are freely available, and you can do this. Now, what is for layman? As a forensic, like, we can do all these technical stuffs, but as a layman, as a person, how we can do that? How we can check whether an image, a news is correct or not? The information we have got is correct or not. So these are, in India, these are some things, some platform where we can check. So one and the most reliable is Boom. So Boom is basically international, associated with international fact-checking network, and information available. If you want to see your whatever you have got in as your WhatsApp message or at your Facebook account or Twitter account, so whether it is genuine or not, whether the news is fake or not. So boomlive.in, you can go on that and you can check, or you can note this WhatsApp helpline. You can just message them regarding that particular message and you get the answer. Similar thing is like alt news. They also, this is a fact checking website. So these things came after 2016 when this term has become popular. Very recently, one group of IIT Kanpur, they have started a platform called Satyanvishay. So basically they are giving information regarding COVID-19, but they are also doing fact checking. Basically, they are gathering information which is through Boom Live or alt news. So at one platform, you are getting whether your news which you have received is fake or not. So that these are the some platform which you can go through whenever you receive a message and you feel that that may be fake. For a government related issue, we have Press Information Bureau by Government of India. You can go to www.pib.gov.in, and there, as you can see here, submit for fact check. Here you can submit your data. You can write about some data that I'm receiving like that, whether it is fake or not. So you will get the information. Now, let us have when we should do all these kind of things as a layman. So a guidelines by National Literacy Trust UK, which is for, you can say, teaching the school-going students of United Kingdom regarding, you can say, critical literacy, which in media it is called as media and information literacy. Which information is true or not? By reading the news, by reading the message, can you say that there is high probability that this news will be fake? So this kind of National Literacy Trust in UK does this kind of work. In India, although these kind of education has not been started in school, but I think there is a need of this kind of education should be started. But what are the guidelines? We'll see it. So let's say if you have got a message or a news or information, so you have to ask these questions. This, does the website URL look like a real one? Can you find the same news on media website you trust? That you find it and you are, let's say, on Times of India, you are finding similar kind of news. Does this story have quote from expert officials? Whether there is anything regarding where you can get more information regarding this news? Do the images are from good source? And is the story well written? If you find any no in this case, so you must go for fact checking. Any of these questions, if answer is in terms of no, you must check in the fact checking website. As I mentioned you, either it may be Boom, it may be Alt News, it may be Satyanvesi, or maybe government related information in Press Information of India. So let us talk about legal consequences. In India, there are good amount of laws which is tackling the fake news, or you can say misinformation or disinformation. So there are several acts in Indian Penal Code which has been, you can say, executed at several times when fake news is there. So even sections of forgery like 464, etc., was also used. Like when you are creating, you can say, fake electronic record, and even disseminating those news, means you are forwarding from your device to another device, that has been also been included in that. So that may again have a problem for you if you are disseminating it also. Means creation is, I have shown you there are three parts. So creation, publishing, and distribution. So there is punishment in all case, and sometimes punishment is equally good, like in case of forgery. Equally good punishment. There is, creator will get the same punishment, and one who is disseminating it will also get the same punishment. Punishment varies from 3 months to 5 years, but this is adding. Let's say if you have been charged in 465 and 469, it's, for example, for 465 we have punishment for 3 years, for 469 again 3 years, that will be added, and you will get punishment for 6 years. So this may be very, very troublesome for you if you are forwarding fake news. So it's better that once you are getting it, you must stop at your point. You should check the facts, and then only you can circulate it. Even IT Act is having some laws regarding this, like punishment for identity theft under section 66C. 67 is saying obscene material if you are circulating on over social media in electronic form. So again, punishment is for 5 years. So these are the, you can say, the legal consequences that you may face. So it's better you must understood the consequences. So that is the end of this webinar. So if you want to have further information, you can visit to my website at www.kumarrajesh.com. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. This video of, you can say, this webinar will be also be posted on that. You may check in one day, tomorrow or day after, that will be given on this YouTube channel. So let's say if something was missing, you could not listen me properly at some point of time, so you may have all detail there. So, and if you have any query, we may take all those query, but further also if you have a query regarding this webinar, so you can also send me that information at sagaforensic@gmail.com. So that is all from my side. I've tried to make it less technical, but give more information regarding fake news. So thank you. Krishna, we are ready for question and answer.
Thank you so much for your valuable information, sir. Now, here it is the session for question and answer. So I request the participant, please ask the question. Here we have
So if there is a question, you may read for me.
For 1 minute. Raise your hand for question. Mariana J. Thomas.
Or Krishna, you can say them to write in chat.
Even you can type on your screen so that we can get your question. Actually, one question is there.
I can see a question of Madan Mohan has asked some question. I have given an example of Rajnath Singh, but how can we recognize that image was altered? So basically what we can do, Madan Mohan, we can do that using error level analysis. Or let's say if similar kind of image is there, reverse image search will also help. Like let's say if it was a scene of a movie, so that kind of image may be already in digital platform. So if we do reverse image search, we can find it there.
Next. If you found fake news, what can be? Sir, there is another question. If you found fake news, what we can do?
So I've told you for layman, if you find a fake news, so one thing is that you can break the chain, you will not forward it. Second thing, if you want to inform a legal authority, if you want to have some investigation, so what you have to do is you have to take screenshot of whatever you are getting, let's say on your mobile, you collect all the screenshot of that message first, then who has sent it and all other detail, and then you can write a complaint to police. Maybe your nearest police station you can write, or nowadays we have online system also to file an FIR. So you can register a complaint to police also regarding that kind of message if you're getting from someone. So that is the answer.
Sir, there is one more question. With regard to misinformation, when it is related to a person, can be it considered as a cyberbullying?
See, misinformation or disinformation can be used in any case. So maybe cyberbullying, maybe for spreading a propaganda against, let's say, a person, a society, a political party. So yes, even misinformation which we get, which I told you is not to harm anyone, but that can be converted into that. That can be converted. Like some message can be converted into that. But if the message is false, then that is fine. But sometimes message may be correct, true, and that also has to be means not considered, but maybe used for that case. Okay, there is a question of locker room.
Yes, sir.
So where in locker room case, what happened? That there was a group which were using on social media, which were using child pornography. So some images were, you can say, manipulated. Some porn photograph or video was there. So yes, so that can also be analyzed as a part of, you can say, multimedia forensics, where we can examine whether those kind of images is original or altered with. And there are various things like POXO Act is there, which can be applied there to examine that.
There is one more question, sir. How can we check the authenticity of screenshot?
Okay. So screenshot which you have taken, so that has to be again examined in terms of like what is screenshot? Screenshot is capturing your area with the help of the, you can say, the devices or information you are there. So that again, all this error analysis means the JPEG compression kind of thing I have told you. So that again, error level analysis will be helpful to detect, you can say, whether it is screenshot or original image taken by a camera.
Yes.
So I think
one more question, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, there are some fake news which are shared from WhatsApp, Facebook, WhatsApp group to group. Is it possible to know who has started the chain of fake news?
For you, it is not possible. For you as a layman, it is not possible. But yes, for police agency, for investigative agency, it is possible. For you, it is not possible. But yes, what you can do, like whenever you are getting it, so if you are a responsible citizen and you want to, let's say, file a complaint, you can always complain a file, and police may investigate it.
I request to Maria J. Thomas, you can ask the question. We are having time for last question. How can we develop a software to detect the fake news?
See, in fake news, there are lots of things. It's not one thing. So fake news, how it has trained, or it's a manipulated image. So let's say for manipulated image, we'll have a different software, which will be based on pixel quality, pixel correlation, camera noise. So let's say if it is, you can say, news at social media, so social media analysis can be helpful there. So there you need lots of knowledge of analytics or data science. So yes, it can be done, but for different application, there will be different software. There won't be one software, but yes, there may be one that will combining all these things. That is possible. That can be done.
Okay. Thank you so much for your valuable talk, sir. Now, here we are at the end of our session. So it's a session for words of thanks. Gratitude is the most exquisite form of courtesy. I express my sincere gratitude towards today's resource person, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable information. It was the best use of this time during lockdown, and it will be also helpful for all the peoples of this society that how to detect the fake news and how we can prevent ourselves from the fake news. So I would like to propose the hearty thanks and gratitude to all the participants of today's webinar. Thank you for your sincere interest. I would like to express our profound gratitude towards the administration and management of GTN Arts College, Dindigul, for their valuable support and guidance. I also thankful to all my colleagues, members of GTN institution for their valuable assistance. Here, we are having one more important announcement. For today, due to some technical issue, we are not able to reach out to you. So those who are registered for this webinar, they will get their certificates on the register mail ID within a 1 week time duration after submitting their feedback. You will get the feedback link within 24 hours on your register mail ID. Again, tomorrow we'll be having our next session on the topic, the need for putting theory into the practice, the necessity of merging academia and practitioners to tackle the 21st century crime, by the resource person, Mr. Ruwan Udvarage Pereira from Scotland, UK. So please set the reminder on your mobile for tomorrow's session. Those who have already registered for our first session, they can directly automatically register to our next webinar. So no need to go for further registration. The link for next session will be sent on your WhatsApp number. Thank you so much.
Krishna, I would like to say something.
Yeah, sir, please.
So let's say if I have not answered anyone, you have put your question on chat. I can see. So what you can do, as I have given my mail ID, which is SAGA Saga FORENSIC sagaforensic@gmail.com. So you can send your question to that platform, and I would try to answer as soon as possible. So if you have any question regarding that, you may directly send it to me. And maybe I'll make this video available on my YouTube channel so that you will be benefited by whatever I've been taught here And if you want more a technical thing, so maybe sometime else in that YouTube channel, I may post some video regarding the details of that. So for that, what you have to do is you have to write an email to SAGAFORENSIC, sagaforensic@gmail.com. So that's all. Thank you.